what are some of the steps that you would maybe recommend them take in order to, again, just assess, not even remediate some of those items, but just understand where does the organization currently stand?
Yeah. So I definitely wouldn't start with penetration testing per se. Typically, where we start with anything in cybersecurity, you start with asset management. So first, understand what you have. Then you want to pivot to configuration management and understand how that those things are configured. Like for us, we like to align everything possible to the CIS benchmarks, which are you can get them online for free. Just lists of things you can ways to harden a Windows or a Linux system, or even stuff like Google Chrome. Then from there, we you can do vulnerability scanning, which is where you start to look at the exposure of these assets, like what's out of date software packages, what vulnerabilities are in play, weak encryption methods, and typically penetration comes in later when you're trying to validate the controls you put in place. So if you haven't even put in controls in place, you typically wouldn't even bother with penetration testing. I would start by hardening the environment, specifically as it pertains to ignition. We have a security hardening guideline. Follow those steps. List every all the security configuration you can make out of the box. So if you got a new Linux server running ignition, do your best to align that to like the CIS benchmarks. Follow the ignition hardening guideline. You're in a really fantastic place if you do that, and that's all completely free. There's open
Interesting.
source
I'll have
vulnerability
to.
scanners like OpenVAS as well that you can use, and there are open source audit tools you can use to audit against the CIS benchmarks. Again, all for free.